Satellite images are giving a daunting visualization of China's record-breaking drought during its supposed flood season. According to state media CCTV, water levels in Poyang Lake, the biggest freshwater lake in China, have sharply decreased since July. The lake is believed to have shrunk by 69% between July 10th and August 21st. This contraction is the worst level in a decade, which is about 67% lower than the average threshold during the same period over the past years. A satellite image on August 21st shows that Poyang was mostly green with small pools of water scattered around, indicating severe water retreating. By August 4th, officials determined that the levels in the lake were drying up faster than normal, breaking records for the earliest dry season since tracking began in 1951. Poyang is located northwest of Jiangxi province, which has seen rainfall tapering off significantly since June, halving from the usual level from previous years. The Chinese communist mouthpiece Global Times reported that the drought has fully exposed the ancient Luoxingdun Stone Island. Until the dry season, the historical site is typically partially submerged. The island is visible in its entirety earlier this year than in the past 71 years. Drone photos show the Stone Island mostly sitting on grassland with mere puddles at its base. Poyang Lake serves as the Yangtze River's main flood outlet. The flood basin of the river, Dongting Lake, in Hunan province, has also been contracting dramatically since July. Satellite monitoring found that between July 1st and August 21st, the lake has dwindled by 67%. The image shows that on August 21st, it was mostly covered in green, emerging as a small artery of water instead of the lake-like appearance from a month ago.
阿富汗、叙利亚、伊拉克等国的遭遇，时时在警示我们，以反恐、民主、人权为幌子，干涉别国内政，不仅给当事国带来巨大损失和伤痛，也是对民主、人权、自由等全人类共同价值的亵渎，对实现共同安全有害无益。
Since late June, China's property market has already seen hundreds of thousands of dissatisfied homebuyers staging a nationwide mortgage boycott. Recently, Lianhe Zhaobao reported that the decades-old common area policy implemented in Chinese apartments once again caused public outrage. According to the report, this came after Legal Daily, a Chinese state-backed media outlet, had published a piece reflecting on how this system has caused difficulties and frustration among Chinese homeowners. Among them, Li, owner of a nearly 1,200 square feet flat in Qingdao, Shandong province, told the state outlet that when she bought her house in 2018, she and the sales staff both agreed that the common area would take 31% at most, equivalent to 377 square feet. The remaining 810 square feet would be the usable area. However, when she finally received her home in 2021, she felt that the interior area somehow became much smaller. After taking measurements, she found out the promised communal area extended to 46% without her consent, reducing the usable space to only 657 square feet. Li said that her house was so cramped with thick walls, she had spent a total of $176,000, or 1.2 million yuan. But after 3 years, she received a flat with 3 small bedrooms and another master bedroom that could not even fit a double bed. Soon after the news came out, a netizen created a post titled, "Should the Common Area Policy be Cancelled or Not?" and immediately attracted more than 240 million views on Weibo. Lianhe Zhaobao noted that when homebuyers buy a flat in China, the total area shown on the sales contract will cover both the usable and common area. Homeowners can only live in the designated area, but still have to pay for the maintenance fees of the communal area. The common area includes half the thickness of the walls, which in Li's case were well over 3 feet thick. In addition, China's current regulation does not have a clear definition for common areas. Homeowners cannot calculate the areas by themselves due to their complexity. Therefore, Chinese developers can exploit these loopholes to increase home prices and make customers pay more for smaller houses. According to the report, a poll on Weibo made by Sina Singapore Jingwei on August 16th shows that 96% of Chinese netizens want to cancel this policy. In early March, Hong Yang, a member of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, proposed to cancel the Common Area Policy at the National People's Congress of China. Ban Yue Tan, Journal of Chinese state media outlet Xinhua News, also issued a February document supporting the policy's cancellation. Regarding China's property crisis, Dow Jones reported that the real estate market continued to fall in the year's first 7 months. More specifically, China's home sales by volume, a primary indicator of demand, tumbled 31.4%. Meanwhile, new construction starts by floor area dropped 36.1%, extending from a 34.4% fall in the year's first half. Recently, throughout China, there have been fewer people shopping in malls. Some previously popular shops are not open, and some have quietly closed. The decrease in the number of customers shopping and the increase in vacancy rates beyond the warning threshold has placed shopping centers in a challenging situation. According to CAIC data, under the influence of the epidemic and the strict zero-COVID policy in the first half of 2022, the decline in customers shopping in 9 crucial cities is generally between 10 to 30% year-on-year. As of April 2022, customer flow in Shenzhen dropped by as much as 23%, and in Xi'an, customer flow has the highest year-on-year decline, reaching 33%. Researcher Zhang Mingyang said, "After Shanghai was unblocked in June, I have been to many shopping malls. Except for a few leading restaurants and parent-child entertainment institutions, all of them have very few customers." He added that a few kilometers from his home, a new shopping mall opened at the beginning of this year. But unfortunately, it encountered an epidemic almost as soon as it opened, and was closed for several months. The report of CAIC showed that in the 7 cities monitored by CAIC, the average vacancy rate in the second quarter of 2022 reached 6.6%. Most of the vacancy rates in cities are increasing. Among them, the vacancy rate of commercial shopping malls in Shanghai has risen faster than in the first quarter, reaching 7.2%. According to Crane Asset Management, 5% is the warning line for the vacancy rate of shopping malls. If the percentage exceeds this standard, it will harm commercial shopping center operations. Wuhan has the highest vacancy rate and has reached 9.3%. Due to the impact of weak consumption and the rent pressure, many brands choose to close stores. According to CRIC Asset Management, in the first quarter of 2022, the number of closed stores has been significantly more than the number of open stores in Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou. According to Zhang Mingyang's analysis, in the past 2 years of the epidemic, a series of restaurants have closed down in shopping malls, and even well-capitalized groups such as Xibei and Haidilao have suffered greatly. In addition, the decline of clothing, movie theaters, cafes, and tea shops has caused the most significant reduction in shoppers. Zhang Mingyang pointed out, cinemas have been one of the industries most affected by the epidemic. The total box office in the first half of this year was only $2.5 billion, returning to levels seen around 2014. Ongoing epidemic outbreaks have caused offline consumer demand to become weaker and weaker. Currently, shopping mall customer flows in important cities have declined yearly, and the vacancy rate is higher than the warning line.
台南杀警嫌犯持续追捕当中，警方接获报案，发现嫌犯将逃逸所骑的深红色赃车藏在距离案发地约1公里的土城高中，上面沾有血迹，目前正在采证。警方也锁定一名陈姓嫌犯，并公布正面照，希望在最短时间拘捕到案。
现在有1把枪跟20几发的子弹被他取走，所以我也请我们警政署要责成我们所有的警察同仁们，在击凶的时候要注意自身的安全，遇有反抗，我们大胆使用枪械，绝不客气。
第一时间，总统蔡英文指示内政部长徐国勇、警政署长黄明昭南下坐镇指挥，务必在最短时间逮捕嫌犯，绳之以法，并请警政署全力协助家属处理后续事宜。NPA 署长室换上黑色画面，表示对殉职2警哀悼。台南市长黄伟哲则赶到医院慰问并协助家属。
对于这一些杀害警察，天理不容，人神共愤。嫌犯相关的背景，那我们警政署跟方局长我们警察局局长已经有相关的一些掌握。那现在全力在缉凶中。
周一上午11点多，台南2名员警追捕窃车嫌犯，遭嫌犯砍伤，其中曹姓员警遭划伤颈部，当场失去生命迹象；另一名涂姓员警也重伤不治。警方到场采证，发现6名弹壳，但究竟是员警还是凶嫌开枪，还有待调查。新唐人亚太电视史金旺、周永如台湾台南报道。